Okay, lesson 159. I give the miracles I have received. So, trying to film with noise everywhere. Really beautiful lesson. Wow. And I am quite aware that without directed practicing, I practice less. So that's okay. No judgment. Just recognizing it. But I feel like when I read this lesson, I totally took in the meaning and took it with me. And I know it's within me, so I'm not extremely worried. But the more I would focus on this, the more wonderful my life would be. But anyway, so totally again, this lesson of we receive whatever we give. And I still love the teaching my friend shared, or just a story or some kind of like a parable where if you're washing a car and you direct your hose at the car and the water comes through the hose, directed at the car, comes out, washes the car. And then the question is like, who is washed first? And it's the hose. The water runs through the hose and then out. So whatever thoughts we're choosing, which create the feelings, which create the experiences, which come through us, that's what we're giving. And I didn't realize this really before, but in my community we have prayer partners. So we have calls that are focused around praying for each other and seeing our lives from a spiritual lens. And since we're one, it's so often that the conversation is so relatable, and whomever you're talking to, whatever they're going through, it's relatable. And today I had an amazing conversation with my prayer partner, and I had insights for her and really relating with her, not telling her what. It's not about advice giving, it's not counseling or anything. So, but I realized what I shared with her, I received. And I felt, and it helped me so much to affirm the truth. So that was the major thing I got out of the lesson. And I love paragraph 2. You understand that you are healed when you give healing. You accept forgiveness as accomplished in yourself when you forgive. You recognize your brother as yourself, and thus do you perceive that you are whole. There's no miracle you cannot give, for all are given you. And, I've heard Jennifer Hadley teach the reward of patience is patience. And really the reward of any spiritual quality or attribute that you offer. And I know those moments when I feel like I just won the Super Bowl because I didn't get triggered. Instead, I chose something else. I chose something closer to Christ's vision, which is what it's saying is the miracle in which all miracles are born. It's the basis of all miracles, is that we would bypass the judgment. That's like a positive spiritual bypass. It's like bypass the judgment. And, bringing in all my learning, it's like Byron Katie would say, somehow she taught me, maybe not directly, but to not ascribe tone to what people are saying. Like when sometimes she said her husband used to say, "What do you think you're doing?" And she was like, "Wow, that's a great question. I don't really know." And not to be rude to the person who's obviously hurt, not to say, "Oh, wow, that's a great question. Let me ponder it." But, to me, Christ's vision would just not put the past or the judgments or the belief system on top of the moment. And then you can be open to guidance. And that was the insight I got in my prayer partner call. When we don't bring crap to the moment, miracles are available. Guidance is available. We are clear channels. So, beautiful lesson. beautiful. And it's so cute how they're not cute. That's a terrible word, really. I enjoy how we're building these lessons build. It's like, oh, you learned that to give and receive are one. Now to give miracles and receive miracles are one. It's like we're getting things in little bits, but they're adding up. So that's what I share for now. I had a kind of tough morning with Justine, just in terms of we fell off rhythm, but I really got the guidance to go back to the beginning of the day. It was not the beginning of the day, but to start again. So what do I do in the morning? I hydrate. I make sure I have something good to eat. I clean the house, so that I just went into, my guidance was start again. And that's what I did. And we recovered, it felt like. So I was just grateful for that. That even when things aren't going that well, that in the moment, if I'm asking, I'm not dwelling, but I'm asking, I receive guidance. So, yeah, and just sending lots of love and peace if you're feeling the one mind. Lots of healing is happening for the one mind, for the one. And I just honor where you're at with it and where I'm at with it, and knowing healing is happening. Grateful for your practicing. Thank you for listening. Bye. Justine is not available, but